Stephen, what is Stadium on Wheels?
So Stadium on Wheels, it is a food truck. It's a baseball themed food truck. We sell all the stadium classics. We sell foot-long hot dogs, foot-long nachos, foot-long pretzels. We have fresh lemonade, our kettle jacks, which is kind of a twist on Cracker Jacks.
That's coming soon.
It's coming soon, yes. So it's caramel kettle corn and candied nuts. And yeah, we have it's just a fun food truck. It's not your run-of-the-mill food truck. It's an experience. We have an inflatable stadium in the back, a baseball stadium that you could do home run derbies. A lot of birthday parties love that feature. We have just like little photo ops. Our graphics are really cute, nostalgic baseball touch. And so it's just a fun experience.
Nice. Olivia, what were you guys doing before you started Stadium on Wheels?
So we were both working in the corporate world. I still kind of do a little bit because as we're still emerging right now, but
Sure.
eventually one day I'll be out of that world.
So we were in corporate. I was actually working for my dad a little bit.
Oh, that's
He had like a magic trick online store, e-commerce store. He ended up moving to Kentucky though, and I kind of needed to find my own thing to do. And so yeah, we just kind of started this up just to see how it goes, and
yeah.
luckily it kind of took off.
Wow. What inspired you to start a food truck that was baseball themed?
So yeah, so obviously we're big foodies. We loved going to events, and there was always a food truck there, and I thought that was always such a cool idea. And my happy place is going to a baseball game, a ballpark. So I kind of thought, hey, that'd be kind of cool if we kind of brought the stadium to the people
Yeah.
instead of
Okay.
having to go out to stadium and fight the crowds and everything. So we kind of just paired both of those together, and we made sure to get all the classics in there
Yeah.
besides beer,
Right.
just because that's a separate license altogether. But yeah, we just combined those things, and it turned out great. A lot of people really love it.
Yeah, well, we both love going to the Chicago style hot dog. Well, we love going to Portillo's. It's a Chicago style restaurant, and they sell
Sure.
Chicago style hot dogs. So we
Yeah,
thought, okay, how can we blend our favorite food with his favorite sport?
yeah,
Because
exactly.
we didn't see many, we saw food trucks out and about, but we didn't see any food truck that had a theme to it, that had a fun experience to it, that had a vibe to it. So we wanted to combine the two of them together to create that vibe.
Nice. First, we have to get this out of the way. Who is your team?
So I am born and raised a White Sox fan. Um,
My apologies.
but
It's
however,
rough times
Yeah.
right
yeah,
now, rough
however,
days.
when we started dating, she lived pretty much next to Wrigley Field. And that just
Oh,
so happened to be
wow.
around 2015, 2016 when the Cubs were really good, won the
Yeah.
World Series. So then we
Very convenient, Stephen. Very
Yeah,
convenient.
so we switched a little bit. Now when people ask me that question, I say I'm just a baseball fan because honestly, I'll
There you
just
go.
throw on a game and I'll just sit there and
Right.
always
Yeah.
watch it and enjoy every minute of it.
I love that. I am a true baseball fan myself. I could watch any game. I could watch an A's Mariners game on
Marlins
a
game.
Wednesday night.
Yeah,
It's 10:30 at night here Eastern time, and I could be watching. And of course, it may have something to do with fantasy baseball and having a few of the players on my team. And of course,
exactly.
that takes baseball to a whole nother level.
For sure, for
Yep.
sure. Yeah, it's such a fun sport, and a lot of people give it a bad rap, say it's boring and things like that. But
Well, it's very family
it's very
oriented.
family
It's
oriented.
very,
Yes.
it just has a fun vibe.
Yeah,
It's easygoing. It's very universal. Like anyone can enjoy it. That's another reason why I feel like we can get booked events very easily because we have such a universal theme.
and in the food truck
Right.
industry, having a kid themed or kid friendly food and atmosphere is really good to have in the food truck
Mhm.
industry as well. So they really pair really well together.
Whose idea was it to do this? And were you both fully on board, or did one of you have to be convinced?
So
It was
yeah,
his
obviously
idea.
I started it. I found a 6x8 trailer on Craigslist
And he just bought it.
back in 2019, and I just was like, let's just get this. Let's see how this
He
goes.
brought it home and I was like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
And yeah, we called it Moonshots initially.
It was
Moonshots.
shots baseball.
Yeah, Moonshots baseball.
Okay.
And we just strictly sold hot dogs, 6-inch hot dogs, and Moonshots is obviously a term for home run, high flying home run.
Sure.
People kind of mistaken us for selling alcohol, like moonshine.
Oh,
A
So
lot.
we dropped the
okay.
word moonshots and
Yeah,
rebranded to just Stadium on Wheels.
yeah, exactly.
All right. Are we selling trading cards yet out of the food truck?
Our business cards are trading cards. So if you're
Very
Ticket
nice.
right now.
it's a ticket, but
They used to be trading cards, and we want to do that, but we thought while we're franchising, it's going to be hard to get every franchisee's face onto the trading card.
yeah,
So we went
Right.
with a ticket stub.
yeah.
I like it. Very, very nice. Okay, cool. Tell me, what was life like when you first started the business? So you've got this food truck,
Mhm.
and what do you do next?
Yeah, it was tough. Obviously, starting up in the food truck industry,
We had no background, no
we had
knowledge.
no food background. We had,
Right.
nothing like that. There's a lot of permitting, licensing, just getting your serve safe management training in. So it was tough. And, you don't really know where to park. You don't know how
The inspection
the
process
inspection
works.
process works. So with the first maybe 2 or 3 years, we didn't really know what we were doing. However, once COVID hit, it was kind of a blessing because we ended up moving from Chicago to Arizona. And when we moved to Arizona, the food truck scene is huge there. So
Yeah.
there was a lot of people that helped us out.
We learned being into the big food truck market made us learn really quickly
Mhm.
how to master it, is my opinion.
Yeah, so we went out there. COVID actually was really good to food truckers, because all of the brick and mortar restaurants were closed at the
Yeah,
time.
people were trying to help out local
People were
small
out trying to help
businesses.
some
Yeah.
businesses. So yeah, it just kind of blew up out in Arizona, and we kind of learned from that. We're now out in Indianapolis. We want to move kind of closer back to home now that we have smaller
Mhm.
kids. And yeah, we have a company-owned truck in Indianapolis, and we're continuing the growth. Yeah, it's just been really great.
Stephen, you look like a genius coming up with the food truck idea right before COVID.
I know.
What are
We
the
thought
chances?
we were gonna have to close down during COVID, but in reality, food trucks, like I said, it kind of was good
We have to
timing.
be outdoors.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it kind of worked out, and it was a silver lining, I
yeah,
guess.
yeah.
Yeah, Stephen, what's the next big prediction you got?
Stock markets, hopefully. I don't know. Yeah, hopefully, growing Stadium on Wheels to definitely, have a Stadium on Wheels in every city in the country would be awesome, obviously.
Nice. Was there a pivotal moment when you started this out? Now, all right, let's get past COVID, because you did get a gift in that, of course. There was a silver lining there. But did you come to a moment where you're like, Olivia, I think we're really onto something big here?
Yeah, I mean, in Arizona, definitely we were kind of thinking, okay, let's maybe start shifting into maybe franchising this model.
Right.
Yeah.
And
But once we had kids, we didn't know how to grow our business without having to work multiple trucks. If we wanted to have multiple trucks, like we can only be in one place at one time.
Mhm.
So we thought, how can we grow the business? And we want to move back closer to family. How can we move back to the Midwest, but not give up our business in Arizona?
Yeah.
Okay, let's franchise. Then we can sell this truck in Arizona
Mhm.
and hand it off to someone, and then move back and start another company-owned truck.
Yeah, so it just kind of, we looked into franchising more. We got an attorney. We started looking at how just things worked in the franchising world, and that's kind of a whole new thing apart from
Oh, yeah.
trucking.
Yeah.
So now that this is kind of our first year that we're really gonna go hard at it and join some broker networks and get it with a consulting company and things like that, and really try to grow this thing.
Thank you for tuning into the Emerging Franchise Brands podcast. For additional insights, guest applications, and to stay connected, visit us at efbpodcast.com. The Emerging Franchise Brands podcast is for entertainment purposes only, and the views expressed do not necessarily represent those of Emerging Franchise Brands, its host Frank Fumey, or Emerging Franchise Group LLC. Any discussed franchise or investment opportunity requires thorough investigation, obtaining proper disclosure documents, and expert consultation before making any investment decisions. The podcast and its host do not offer professional advice or endorsements, and they hold no responsibility for actions, representations, accuracy, or consequential damages related to the podcast content.